You want to do the intro?
I'll do it a little bit different.
Oh, okay. You should probably do it into the camera though if we're doing a video episode.
Who's your daddy? No, really? Who is that guy? Welcome to Who's Your Daddy Really, the only podcast that asks the question, when did you last touch your dad?
Hello! Wow, that was really something, Max. That's
Yeah,
the
I
first
thought
time.
I'd give it a little...
Yeah, well, first video episode. That's fun, isn't it?
It's exciting.
Something different to do.
Yeah, I'm full of energy.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're dressed for the part because you can see us on the screens.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a sort of garish colour here.
Yeah.
You're wearing a sort of stripy polo.
Yeah, a prep boy polo shirt. It was a charity shop purchase quite recently, actually.
Quite
so
recently?
Quite lucky, yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting until summer to debut it,
Oh, yeah.
but, you know, this has come up now, so...
Special occasion.
Yeah.
We're doing the Skins episode of Dad Pod. Finally, it's here.
People have been clamouring for a Skins episode.
I mean, the public wants what it wants, and they want a show from 20 years ago to be ranked based solely on quite minor characters.
Yeah.
That's what they've been asking for, and that's what we'll bloody deliver on Dad Pod. Don't ever say we don't.
Yeah, it's all about nostalgia these days, so
Yeah.
let's go back to 2007.
Beautiful time. Blair's Britain. Well, Brown's Britain, because Blair was just...
What were you up to?
What was I up to in 2007? I was just starting high school.
Wow.
It was a crazy time for me.
Wow.
Making transitions, growing up in the world. A lot like the characters from Skins, actually.
Yeah, coming of age.
Yeah, very much coming of age. And speaking of coming of age, that was quite a good segue, but I fucked it up. Speaking of coming of age, my dad has had a recent birthday. That's my dad update for the week.
Are you allowed to say the number?
Well, he's the same age as your dad was the last time you announced his birthday on pod.
Wow.
So he's the big 6'4". I think I'm allowed to say that.
64 years old.
Yeah. And he was talking about, he was like, God, 64, like the bloody Beatles song. And he was like, I remember listening to that Beatles song as a younger man and being like, fucking hell, imagine being an old geezer like that.
Yeah. I'm glad he's made it.
Yeah, me too. Bloody hell.
Yeah. There were doubts.
Yeah, true. We didn't know he had it in him. Do you want to know why I bought him?
I would like to know that.
Yeah. Well, so I got him a bottle of hot sauce.
Frank's?
Not Frank's Red Hot. It was something called Crazy Bastard sauce.
That's what you think of him?
Yeah, pretty much. I saw that and I thought, that's for Kev.
That's par.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh.
To a T.
So is it like a buffalo type sauce? Or?
It's like a Caribbean sauce.
Ooh,
so Scotch bonnet, a bit of reggae. Loved Levi Roots back in the day.
Yeah.
Was Levi Roots 2007? Feels like you...
It does feel like, start of Dragon's Den, maybe.
Yeah, right?
It's
linked.
Noughties. It's all linked.
Everything connects. Yeah. So anyway, that was my dad update. I had a bit of a nightmare getting there, though.
Come on, who are you?
Dad rants.
Oh? Ronnie Pickering! Oh? Ronnie Pickering! Who the fuck's that? Yeah, me!
I was getting the train because I was like, I want to get tanked up, you know, it's Dad's birthday, I've got to celebrate.
Yeah.
I want to get on the lash. So I was like, I'll cycle down to the train station. Didn't know it was Saturday, right? I get to the train station. There's a load of guys in high vis out there. There's a million people milling about on the streets. I don't know if you heard about this. It was the Bristol Bears versus Harlequins.
I didn't hear about
The
that.
rugby match in the Millennium. Fucking hell. Central Square was a nightmare. Central Square pisses me off in Cardiff. I hate that place.
Yeah.
It's basically this barren wasteland that once a month they go, oh, we need to put like 1 billion fences up so that like idiots can come back on their train. So I get there, I'm on my bike, I'm trying to park where I always park my fucking bike, which is in the front right by Central Square. And they were like, no, you got to go around. Where you going, mate? I was like, Newport. And they was like, no, you got to go around, mate. And I was like, okay, I'm going around. Then I go in the fence, I'm taking my bike, and I thought, I could get out of the fence, I guess, nearer the thing. And then I'll be able to like put my bike away. And then the guy was like, no bikes. You can't have a bike in here. And then I started turning around. He's like, no, you're going to spoil the flow of traffic. I was like, mate.
Can you see the flow we got here?
Yeah, so then he lets me out of the fence and he's like, park it like out there. And then I was like, do you know what? I was like, how long's the wait for Newport? And he was like, like 25 minutes because it's full of fucking Bristol twats trying to get back that way. And I was like, oh my God. I just have you seen this? Like, why are they doing these things in Principality at the moment?
I remember it happening a while ago, maybe a year, like maybe they did it last year as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, why the fuck are they all here?
Yeah, why are they here? Like,
Get them out.
It's the Bristol Bears and Harlequins, which is like London.
Yeah.
It's like, don't they have their own fucking stadium?
Yeah. Get the English out of fucking Cardiff.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Get out.
We don't want you here.
Yeah. So then I had to go back, right? And this is bloody, Mark Drakeford's bloody nightmare. I said, oh, fuck this. I'm taking my bike. I take it all out the way out of the fence. Spoke to the first guy. I was like, I'm going. I'm out of here. And he was like, he didn't care, to be fair. But, I was making a stand. All these Bristol Bears twats are running up. I was like, nah, I'm cycling all the way home and I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive the 20 minutes to Newport.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've killed the planet. So the Bristol Bears, when
It's not
this
your
planet
fault.
goes up in flames, don't thank me.
It's the Bristol Bears.
Thank the Bristol Bears.
Did you go out or do anything?
We did. We had a lovely meal in Zizzy's.
Zizzy.
Yeah, had a calzone.
Woo. With what in it?
I don't know, like pizza ingredients. It's usually
Just
what's
cheese
in
and
it.
tomato.
I don't know. My dad had the calzone.
You can have all sorts.
I think they just have like one calzone. They're like, there's the calzone for
Yeah.
you freaks who can't deal with a pizza being open.
You can't see. You don't want to see the top.
You want to keep it concealed. So he had that. I had a carbonara. Because I was late because I was like having to go back from the train and then go in the car. So I was late and then I arrived and I was like, you guys, they were like, the waiter comes over, they were like, do you want to order? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll just busk it. I'm a quick orderer, I know what I like. I'll get in there, I'll just busk it. And then I forgot that obviously it's a Zizzy's. Everything's in bloody Italian. Everything's in fucking gobbledygook. So I'm looking, they're like, oh, I'll have the calzone, my mum's ordering the thing. And then I'm looking, the only thing I understand is carbonara. I was like, I know what the fuck that is. So I ordered that.
Wait, I've not actually been to Zizzy's or Zizzy's or whatever.
Oh yeah, it should be Zizzi's.
So is it?
They're naming it wrong.
There's no English on the menu.
There's English, oh no, yeah, but it says like, it'll say like calcio e pepe, and then it's like pasta with milk and pepper or whatever. And then you're like, oh, okay, something normal. But it's like, you got to decipher it a little bit, where it's like normal menu, steak and chips.
Yeah.
Then it says like,
Chicken pizza.
a 12-day matured steak or whatever, and you're like, yeah, I don't need to know that shit.
Yeah. It's
When
just beef.
when it's in Italian, you're like, okay, I kind of need to know that. That's the headlines.
Yeah.
So I couldn't scan it for the headlines. I had to get really into the nitty-gritty of like, oh yeah, red pepper bruschetta or whatever. Fucking, I don't know, just tell me what it is. But food was lovely. I had a great time. Gave him his crazy bastard sauce.
How did he react?
He was like, whoa.
Was he amused?
Yeah, he found it delightful. I think it was like, haha, yeah,
Did he
nice.
say, that's for you old crazy bastard?
Yeah, something like that. But it's nice because we were sort of bonded over hot sauce in the past. We bought a bottle of very hot sauce at Gardener's World Live 2010. Shout out to the Gardener's World Live crew.
Garner's World Live.
Yeah. My parents went to Gardener's World Live in 2010. That's a story for another pod. We've got to crack on with this one.
We don't want to get too off track.
We don't. We're having fun. We're talking about skins today.
Yeah.
How much do you like skins on a scale of 100 to 1,000?
100 to 1,000.
100 being I love skins, 1,000 being like I'm creaming myself just thinking about skins right
I'll
now.
go for like a 600.
600, so like a lot. You liked it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I loved it the first time I watched it. I was like 13. I think it was on Netflix or whatever, so I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And it seemed really cool to me then.
Yeah.
Then I think I rewatched it a couple of years later and was sort of somewhat overwhelmed with the cringe.
Yes, it is quite a cringe show. It's probably one of the most cringe TV shows there's ever
I think
been.
it's like one of those shows that was almost immediately dated
Yes.
because it's just very of its time.
It's 2007 to 2013.
Yeah.
That's like the peak of like landfill indie into
Yes.
like loser 2010s content.
Yeah.
Kanye West shutter glasses. We're talking, those neon trim tops. That's why we're wearing this sort of garish attire today. This isn't what we normally wear, guys.
No, although I did buy this,
You did buy it the other day.
as a summer shirt.
It's for real. It's for real life.
Yeah.
But you're
But
doing
it
it.
was
as
perfect for.
I've worn this.
I would normally tuck it in, I think,
Yeah.
but I've gone for it feels more skins to have it flapping about.
Definitely more skins to do that, yeah. Because they're dishevelled, they're crazy cookie
They're
characters.
partying, they're too busy
We should
having
probably...
sex to tuck in their shirts.
Exactly, they're too busy, they're too high on drugs to tuck in their shirts. We should probably explain what Skins is, just in case there's anyone listening by this point who hasn't seen it or doesn't know what it is. Yeah. It's basically like a coming-of-age comedy drama, would you say?
teen comedy drama.
Yeah, it's basically like the In-Betweeners, if it was like... No, but seriously, though.
Yeah, pretty much. When I watched it for the second time and I was closer to the age the characters are, I was a bit like, oh, this is like teenagers written by like a 40-year-old man.
Sure, right, yeah.
And I think it's a father and son with like
yeah,
a
it
head
was a father
writers.
and son duo.
So one of them was like 45 and then the other one was, a bit older than the characters would have been.
Yeah.
And it felt like is either an old man or like a nerd
Yeah.
who's writing like his fantasy of what he wished his teenage years were.
Sure.
And then I watched like an interview where they're reminiscing about old Skins episodes, and it's an old man and a nerd.
I didn't realise it was written by a nerd.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Well, obviously they had quite a diverse writers' room. They were ahead of their time, but the core of it is a middle-aged man and a nerd.
Fair enough. I didn't know
And I
that.
think it comes through.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think they alternate, like when they alternate between who's written what episode? You're like, oh, that all the characters are acting really old now, and then the next episode they're like acting really
all of them are
nerdy.
saying, you know,
Yeah.
radical dude
Yeah.
when it's the old man, and then
Whizzer.
yeah,
It's set in Bristol as well. We should talk about that.
yeah, which is only an hour away from where we are.
Yeah, I think as well. So when I never watched it as a child, I watched The Inbetweeners when I was a little bit younger than The Inbetweeners, and I remember thinking like, "Oh, this is what it's going to be like." Like I was really intimidated by like, God, they're going to be going to the caravan park and having loads of sex. Like, oh fuck, I need to do that, I guess. Like Skins probably would have felt like that to me watching that at that time. Like, oh god, like I should be doing way more drugs. Like, I should be doing so much more drugs. I should be drinking, and I should be getting hit by a bus and getting brain damage. Like I should be doing all this. But like I've only seen Skins. I think I saw it in lockdown the first time, and then I'm doing a bit of a rewatch now. That's why this episode's come about. And now you watch it and you are just cringing. You're like, oh yeah, no, this is not what teen life was like.
Yeah, I do remember vividly, like the first scene of the first episode is like Tony, played by Nicholas Hoult, like walking down the street on his phone, talking to all the characters. He's like, yo, we got to get some spliff for tonight. It's like, and it's like his girlfriend's ringing him up, and he's like, oh, woman. Yeah. And then he's like the coolest.
Yeah, he's the main
guy.
one.
And it's just like, this is the nerd.
Yeah.
Who he wanted to be in school.
This is a nerd thinking he's cool.
Yeah. And he's living vicariously through Tony.
Yeah. Tony is like also a complete psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. And
But anyway, we'll get into the characters in a moment.
I also do remember really wanting to watch it because I would have been 7, 8 when it was like first coming around. Yeah. But my eldest brother was like the perfect age. He would have been like 15, 16 when it came out.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, this is going to be me.
I suppose as a younger kid, you could watch it like with your brother, because your brother might have been watching it.
Yeah, and it's interesting. The first time I actually watched it a bit older, I had like a weird nostalgia for the theme song. I think it is a very nostalgic theme. It's good. But I think I'd heard it maybe when I was a kid and thought, oh, that's the cool show that people watch.
I'm not allowed to see.
Yeah. And my brother's so cool, he watches it. And I can just imagine that generation that are like, what, in the early to mid-30s now, probably, had a lot of influence on their clothing and stuff from that show.
Yeah. And that's you guys watching at home. Lovely. So the main thing is it's obviously set in Bristol. There's a lot of Welsh representation. Yeah. But it's basically coloured my perception of Bristol, you know.
Yes.
Even to this day, when I'm watching it now, I'm like, yeah, that's what Bristol's like. All the Bristol people, they're doing like little Bristolisms. They say Moiler and stuff.
They're all like, festival-y type people.
Yeah, they're all sort of narcissists and wankers, pricks, clown car cunts. Yeah. You know, they just need to fucking go out of this world. They're awful people, and they should be stopped. Yeah. So I think they got it bang on, to be fair. Yeah. Bristol. It's pretty good. The Welsh representation I don't like, though.
Whoa.
So there's the teacher. He doesn't get mentioned because obviously we were doing a ranking of all the dads in Skins. This guy's not a dad as far as I know. No. But Doug, the main teacher, he's very Welsh. I think they do him a bit dirty. Basically all the Welsh characters are either stupid or pedos. So that's kind of, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I do remember, I think Tony gets into Cardiff Uni.
He does,
and then he's like, oh, don't do sheep shagging jokes or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
it's weird,
stuff
isn't
comes
it?
back
Like,
to me.
the tiny amount of Welsh representation in shows. Because in the In-Betweeners, there's a bit where Simon's dad moves to Swansea. And he's like, Swansea? And he's just like,
Swansea?
Yeah, and then no one knows what Swansea is. People are just like, what? It's a random
that's
place.
Like Bank of Dave when the London guy's like, oh, I'm going to the north. He's like, oh, Northerners are so crazy. It's like, what? They're just...
Like you've never encountered someone from the north of England.
Never heard of Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I should say I've not watched Skins for at least 10 years.
Okay, well, so I'm pretty refreshed on it. I've been watching it in the last few months.
So it should be a good dynamic where you're filling me in on the details.
You're the audience plant here. You're at home. Hopefully you're going to be asking the questions like, who the fuck is that character? Yeah. I'm going to try and explain it, accessibly if I can, but it might be a bit crazy. But I forgot to say as well, that guy's Doug. His name is Doug Cyhoeddus Gwalchmai, which I think is kind of racist as a name.
Well, it sounds racist, but what does it? Does it mean?
So
anything?
I know that Cyhoeddus means public, and then Gwalchmai is apparently a village in Anglesey, But I think it might mean something else. I think it might mean something lewd. If any Welsh speakers want to write in and tell us what that is, dadtouchpod@gmail.com. Get involved.
Yeah. There was also a chance that they just looked in a Welsh dictionary or something and were just like, yeah, that sounds like extremely Welsh, because they've got the double the
Cyhoeddus.
It's
hard to say as well.
Gwelch mai.
Yeah, but I just think that cyhoeddus it means public. Like I've seen it on the footpath, like cyhoeddus, public footpath, and I was like, you must maybe that's just a word that they'd seen, and they were like, oh yeah, we'll put that on. But I just think it's got to be some sort of inside joke.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
because that's what I would do if I was writing it.
But did it not come up when you Googled?
It didn't come up, so yeah, maybe it's like
a
secret slang thing that I can't get access to. But yeah, anyway, he's a bit of a stupid boy, but he's quite nice.
I remember him. Does he dance at some point?
He dances.
I think everyone dances.
He's kind of cringe and funny and silly, and like.
I remember
he's
liking
a nice
him.
character. He's chill. But obviously, the other Welsh character in it is Angie, who has a relationship with Chris. She's a teacher.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell? And she's like really Welsh. She's like,
Nonce.
oh my god. That was my Welsh accent. Did you hear that?
Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
That was. Yeah.
Say, Chris, I'm being a paedophile.
Chris, do you mind? I'm a nonce.
Yeah.
Would you love me even if I was a nonce?
Yeah.
Oh, I am.
Should we start the ranking?
Sure.
We're ranking every skin's dad from bottom to top. We're going to start with generation split. We're going to do generation 1, which is, let's be real, the generation people care about.
It gets gradually less iconic.
Yeah, as it goes on.
I think I didn't even watch Generation 3.
Yeah, Generation 3 is the forgotten one.
It's the afterthought.
Gives a fuck about Generation 3. I think it's just like we've moved on, you know? The Tories are in charge now. We don't give a fuck about skins anymore. Teens need to be seen and not heard, quite frankly. So I'm going to do this in order with the generations.
Makes sense.
But we'll ask your thoughts, and you can disagree with the ranking if you want. I'm saying Generation 1, bottom of the deck, Chris's dad. Do you know Chris's dad? Do you have any recollections of him?
I have a recollection of his parents not really being about much.
So his mum leaves one day, and he's got the house to himself.
Leaves him the money.
And then he leaves him a bunch of money. He says, going away, see ya. Like, I'm not your mum anymore, basically. And then he has a massive house party, and then a bunch of, like, annoying Bristol squatter, dreadlock, you know, white people with dreadlock cunts. So, like, it's our house now. And then he gets, like, you know, like in The Simpsons when the carnies, like, steal their house.
Yeah.
He gets, like, house nicked. And then they're like, wait, we got a house now. And then they just squat in his house, and he's homeless. So yeah, he has no mum basically. His mum just leaves. But his dad is even worse, I would say. His dad is played by Mark Heap. We should mention that basically every skin's dad is like British comedy royalty. Is like someone you've seen on QI.
Yeah.
At some point in the last 20 years.
Yeah, stand-ups or sketch comedy.
Yeah, or like even like deep cuts. There's like Sid's mum is Josie Lawrence, who's in Whose Line Is It Anyway.
That's mad because I didn't remember that Mark Heap was his dad.
Yeah.
But I really like Mark Heap.
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant. So
yeah,
it's mad that I forgot about that.
He's playing like a very straight edged version of Jim from Friday Night Dinner.
Right.
But yeah, so he's only in a couple of scenes. Obviously, I mean, I'm sure we will have put a spoiler warning at the start of this, but like fucking, I'm going to spoil everything in Skins. You've had 20 years to watch it. Yeah. Get over yourself.
Nicholas Hoult gets hit by a bus.
Yeah, I've already said that.
Yeah. But specifically, Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult.
And then everyone sings Cat Stevens.
Yeah.
It's a good
bit,
end.
Actually. Yeah, it's a nice little ending to the generation. But yeah, they're obviously really sad and cut up because Chris's brain pops.
True,
Chris's brain just...
Yeah.
It's quite gross, actually, what happens to him. Yeah, his brother's brain pops. His
beforehand,
pop goes
so he sort of feels like he knows it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a bit of a ticking clock in the sort of series that, you know, his brother's got a poppy brain. Has this guy got a poppy brain? Mm. Is his brain swelling up to innumerable size?
Party lifestyle isn't helping his chances of not popping.
Yeah, he's big into the drugs.
Yeah.
He's a big drug head. But yeah, anyway, his brain pops and he dies.
Yeah, very sad.
Sad. It is a sad, emotional scene. But anyway, then his dad goes around to all his little friends and he says, you're not allowed to come to the funeral, actually, because we got people coming from Basingstoke. And, they don't know he's a big drug head, so we don't want the riffraff coming in and making him look like he was a big drug head.
Yeah.
And the other thing is when Chris loses his house, he goes to his dad's house, but his dad's shacked up with some other bird now. And he's got like a new family and new kids. And he's like just disowned Chris and his brother. Well, his brother's dead, but he's disowned that sort of side of his family. And then his like stepmom, I suppose, is there. And she's like, yeah, can't really do anything for you. And it's like, bro, this guy's homeless. Your 16-year-old son is homeless, and you're just like, them's the breaks.
Yeah, that's life.
Yeah. So I'm putting him bottom of the
If only
pile.
there was something we could do.
I'm putting him 8th place in the Skins dads of Generation 1.
I mean, I think from what you said, from what you reminded me of, that seems fair.
But they get their own back in the end, the Skins gang, the Skins clan, because they steal Chris's coffin out of the hearse while Mark Keeper's talking to John Thompson, the funeral director, and then they put it on the top of Nicholas Holt's Mini Cooper, and then they go on a high-speed chase through the streets of Bristol. It's a great scene. Do you remember that scene?
Vaguely. I remember them like being at the top of the hill.
Yeah, and
looking
they
at
get the
funeral.
coffin, and Sid's like clinging on. It's like that scene, Mr. Bean when he puts his chair on the roof of the car,
He's
stuff like
driving it
that.
with
It's like the same Mini Cooper sort of thing. Crazy times.
It was an homage.
Yeah,
probably.
and I think if I'd seen that at 16, I would have been like, oh man, I'm supposed to be doing that.
I'm supposed to be stealing coffins, man. I'm just sat here playing GTA or whatever.
Fucking idiot, man. Yeah. So anyway, he's the bottom of the pile. Next up, we've got Michelle's dad. Do you remember Michelle's dad? Michelle is Tony's girlfriend, Nicholas Holt's girlfriend. She's a sort of posh horse girl kind of vibe.
Known as the fittest girl.
She's sort of fit, but in a strange way.
Yeah.
It's always weird, because obviously this is a very sexual show. Everyone's described very sexually.
And they're all 16.
And they're all 16. So I just like to say,
well,
I'm not attracted to any of them.
No.
And I never will be, ever again.
I think she was miscast.
Yeah, I agree. She was very...
You should have got a fitter 16-year-old.
Yeah, she's
None of the actors were that age. They were all old.
Yeah, true. They were different. Yeah, they were old. I think. Yeah, we got to be careful as well, because Sid did turn out to be a nonce. So
did he?
Yeah, poor old Sid.
In real life,
he became a teacher in real life and then became a nonce.
Oh my god, it's a natural progression.
It's the pipeline. Worst thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's better to become a teacher and then become a nonce, and then become a nonce, and then become.
Well, if you're a nonce first, then hopefully there'll be a record, and they won't allow you to be a teacher and do further nonce.
Exactly. That's the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, Michelle's dad. Do you remember Michelle's dad?
No, I don't actually.
Well, that's correct answer, because you don't have one.
Oh.
So her mum's basically a slag. She's got like no dad.
All right. Don't slut shame.
Well, she's just slopping it about all over town, let me tell you, right? She's dating for a point. I'm going to do like honourable mention. He doesn't count in the ranking, but she's dating Danny Dyer at one point, who wears like a white suit and drives Mercedes. Yeah. He's sort of crypto bro, but they didn't have crypto in 2007, so I don't know what he was.
He's just like a flash.
Yeah, he's like a geezer, Danny Dyer, but he's like 28, so he's not really a father figure. He's more of an elder brother figure.
Yeah. He's like a boy toy.
Yeah, he's a boy toy. She like punched him in the face at one point, but he doesn't count in the ranking. What I'm going to say is the only sort of father figure in Michelle's life. You know, obviously she's acting pretty fatherless, just generally. Yeah. Pretty fatherless behaviour. The mum's Arabella Weir. She's going crazy. She's shagging all over the place. The only dad figure, there's like one episode where we see Michelle's life, and the mum is dating this guy who's like sort of semi-stepdad, and he lives in like a big mansion out in the country, and she has to move there. Because this mum's like shacked up with this guy, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna move into this house," and then he's like a 40-year-old sort of like just blowhard guy. He reminds me of the guy who was doing the Coldplay like affair, that kind of vibe. Right, like he's CEO of some fucking chemical company or some bullshit thing, and like he's just a dickhead. And he has his own daughter who is obviously his favorite, and he's big into her. He like slaps her on the ass at one point. It's very weird, very lecherous. He's gross. He's like very sunglasses on the head kind of vibe. And yeah, so he's the only father figure in Michelle's life, and I'd say pretty bad. Yeah. And there's a quite humorous scene where he has like electric blinds in his mansion, and bloody hell, Michelle's changing. You wouldn't believe this. And the electric blinds go, ooh, and then she exposes herself to a bunch of builders. And that's the kind of wanker we're talking about. He's got electric blinds in his house that malfunction. Like that.
And he it's remote controlled or whatever.
Yeah. But the remote control's going haywire. It's going crazy.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I would say he's number 7.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. Can't remember his name. He doesn't even have a name. He doesn't deserve a name. Okay, next up, we got Cassie's dad. What do you think about Cassie as a character?
I seem to remember it being a bit like romanticising mental illness and eating disorders.
She's very manic pixie dream girl.
Yes.
Her voice irritates me. So she's like, I'm Cassie, and I speak like this. Yeah. She's one of those... like she just talks in like riddles.
Yeah.
Like you'll just be like, hey Cassie, you want to like hang out on Friday? And she's like, I don't even know if there'll be a Friday.
If the sun allows.
It's like, fuck off.
She's definitely portrayed as like an ethereal
Yeah, she's an
Witchy
ethereal
waif.
waif. Yeah, she's definitely polyamorous now. They didn't have the terminology back in the day, but she's very polyamorous now, I would say.
Yeah, she's poly.
Big time. Anyway, she's dating Sid, who's like a nerd. Sid,
Yeah.
beloved Sid. I know I said he was a nonce, and like obviously bad boy Sid, slap on the wrist for you, being bloody
You're not
nonce.
supposed to do that.
But you know, Sid's like sort of. I'm like, oh yeah, Sid. He's like this little lovable
He's
loser
kind of a
character.
nerd, but merged with like a stonery kind of
Yeah,
vibe.
he's
Skater.
stoner nerd. Yes, skater
but, yeah.
boy. He's chill, and he's dating Cassie or trying to. They're having a very tumultuous time.
Yeah.
But it's a classic thing. But yeah, Cassie's dad is an artist. Is Neil Morrissey. Do you remember Neil Morrissey
Right.
in the show?
I remember him being in it. I couldn't remember that he was Cassie's dad.
Yeah, so he only has about 3 scenes, I'd say.
Yeah.
I watched them just before we did this record because there's not much content to actually watch.
Mm.
Basically, he's a painter and he's like, oh yeah, I love painting so much. And he's like, basically, he's a bit like Ned Flanders' parents. You know, they got like berets on and they're just like, oh my God, man. They're like smoking cigarettes out of cigarette holders. He's a wanker, basically. He's painting her mum naked all the time. She's coming in like, oh, Dad, I've not eaten in 3 days. And he's like, cool, I'm just painting right now in a wanky little cardigan with no shirt on underneath.
That's like Dobbs' dad in the boxing match.
Yeah.
Call back
To
of
Harry
episodes.
Dobbs episode. Yeah. Do you think Harry Dobbs very Sid coded?
He's got a similar vibe.
He's got a Sid
If
energy.
you put a beanie on.
With the little peak, little peak
Oh,
beanie
yeah.
on Dobbs.
Oh, I hate those hats.
Yeah. The
Like,
worst
just
hat.
be a beanie. Just
Don't
be a beanie.
get ideas above your station.
Yeah.
You're a beanie, act like it. Don't be like, oh no, I'm snowboarding hat now. Stop.
Get out of here.
So yeah, he's a painter. But then in the revisited episode you mentioned, they revisit Cassie later in life, and he has become an alcoholic because of the
Oh.
death of his wife. Because he was big into Cassie's mum, which is nice. Good, they were in a loving relationship, but they were like a bit too much. They were like, you know, kind of a bit skinsy. Like, you know, there's like, you know, you had in school those two like sort of 16-year-old kids, and they would just be all over each other, and it was like
Yeah.
a bit gross. They're a bit like that, but adults. It's like, come on, grow up.
Bit too attached.
Yeah.
Codependent.
Yeah, kind of gross, kind of just, you know, they're always intertwined. You're like, where's your hand? Right now, this is playtime. I'm trying to eat my fucking packed lunch here. I don't want to see that.
Trying to eat a ham sandwich here.
Yeah. Trying to eat a ham sandwich, not see.
Yeah. Just want to see your,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Anyway, let's leave that there. That's part of that thought. But yeah, he's like that. So Cassie, at one point, like, she comes back from the bloody clinic or whatever because she's got a crazy eating disorder. And she's not eating, and she's like putting weights in her bloody pants so that she weighs enough to leave the clinic. And then she comes back and she's like, "Hi, parents," whatever. And they're literally just like noshing off.
Been on a sort of holiday.
Yeah, and their parents just like noshing each other
yeah.
off. It's gross. Drinking champagne as well. They're a very champagne quaffing sort of family. Yeah, I think to be fair, in the ranking we have to rank like, are they providing for the child? Are they, you know, giving emotional intelligence to the child? And also just like, you know, are they sort of
They're likeable.
like, have they raised a good child?
Yeah.
With Cassie, I'd say no. They've done a terrible job.
Wow.
She's a wreck.
I wouldn't like her in real life.
Yeah, I wouldn't be friends with her.
Yeah, I would feel bad for her.
Yeah.
But also be like,
Yeah, I feel bad, but let's
get
not
well separately from me.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. That's the nicest and kindest thing you can say. But yeah, but there you go. So they failed. Neil Morrissey has failed on. He's a bit of a wanker, so he's not really giving the emotional intelligence. He's providing. You know, they're in a loving relationship, so he's got a home life. She's got a home to go to, unlike bloody Chris. But you know, then at the end of the day, they've raised Cassie. So how good a dad could he possibly be?
Yeah.
Not a very good one, and that's why he's 6th place.
Could he fix it? No, he couldn't.
Yeah, that's
Been waiting to do that for a while.
nice. I'm glad that was a really
He's
nice.
Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
Voice of Bob the Builder.
Next one, we've got Tony and Effie's dad. This is a double whammy because Tony is the main character in season 1, and Effie's the main character in season 2.
Effie's mute for the first generation, isn't she?
Yeah, she just kind of is like cold and
Yeah.
black cat like. She's like,
She's also a character that a lot of people have based their personalities on.
yes,
Being like mysterious and
yeah. She's big, sort of. Is she psychopathic? Is she? She's like Cassie round 2, really, for the second
sort of,
generation. Yeah, she's a sort of ephemeral waif who we must watch out for in the world. Yeah, that causes a lot of pain for a lot of people, actually. So she needs to actually wise up to the terrible actions that she's perpetuating in the friend group.
Yeah.
But Tony and Effie's dad is, what I'd say one of the most famous ones is Harry Enfield. Yep. He's in a lot of scenes because he's the father of two of the main characters. And he's the most dad-esque, I'd say. He's like the most classic dad.
I remember him, swearing a lot.
He swears a lot. He's like, where's the blimmin' thing? You know?
Oh, fucking shit, bugger.
Yeah, he
does that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's his kind of vibe. His name's Jim Stoneham, and he works as a hard drive business. I need to get my notes up for this because he's a big one. Yeah, he drives a Ford Mondeo. He's very Blair's Britain, you know. He's Mondeo man. He's just Middle England. Yep. He loves a bit of the cricket, you know. I can really imagine him down at, you know, the Oval.
He's a simple man.
Yeah, he's a simple guy. He listens to Radio 4. He's jamming out to Dire Straits. You know, he's just middle of the road guy. He's just a guy. But, you know, as we said about Cassie's dad, we've got to look at who he's raised. And he's raised Effie and Tony. Two of the most psychopathic characters there are in the whole series.
Neither of them have any emotions.
They don't seem to relate well to others.
Empathy.
The only time when Tony's kind is when he's hit by the bus and he's got brain damage.
Yeah, he has to have his brain damaged in order to be like a functioning, emotionally intelligent human being.
Yeah, there's a scene I watched just before you arrived where he's banging on the door, Tony's dad, and he's like, what again? I need a piss. And then Tony's reading Nausea by John Paul Sartre. He's not even shitting, he's got his trousers up. He's just reading that on the toilet, and then he goes, yeah, I'll be a minute. And then he climbs out the window, goes downstairs, comes in, starts eating his breakfast, and then his dad comes down to the mum and is like, he's bloody taking ages. And then he's like, yeah, what, Dad? Psychopath behaviour. Yeah.
Why would you do that to your pa? Your poor old pa. And you just need a piss.
It's tough for him, though, because he is he's also being cheated on in season 2 by David Baddiel, which is probably one of the worst things that can happen to someone.
That's awful.
Imagine David Baddiel shows up and he's cucking you. Imagine getting cucked by David Baddiel.
I don't want to.
Well, imagine it right now.
No, don't make me.
3 lines of the shit.
It's coming over your wife.
Yeah. And there's a great bit in the scene, now we're going to do this quote. He said, Steve arrives and he's like, he loves Steve, who's David Baddiel's character. And he's like, oh my God, Steve, brilliant. And then Steve shows up and he says, Steve, you're meant to be doing the International Hard Drive Expo in Poole. And then Steve's like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I'm cracking your wife, man. And he's like, what? Do you need a lift to Poole? Fucking idiot, man. And then he goes upstairs and calls Tony's mum a bitch 5 times. So
what, Harry Enfield?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, out of character. Like, Harry, just like, no, Jim's over, man. This is real. This is fucking real.
Well, what? Because she cheated on him?
Yeah. It's like in the heat of the moment, so you can kind of excuse it. But like, come on, it's derogatory language, mate. You shouldn't be doing it. Don't care if it's 2008.
It's got a misogynistic sort of edge.
Yeah, let's leave it there.
I don't appreciate that. On Dad Pod?
Yeah, horrible. So then, and there's also a really funny scene where he drives his Mondeo over a bike and then crashes into a bollard. And for some reason just talks to a random old lady who's a bystander. And he's like, you must have seen something. And she's like, no, I didn't see what happened there. And he's like, oh, you demented old bint. And then she's like pissed off. It's like, bro, she's just like walking down the street. Why are you so... Like, I get it, you're angry, your car's broke. But like, what the hell?
He's a bit high-strung at times.
He's uptight. And I mean, you know, when you're in the hard drive game, it's difficult out there.
Yeah, when you've got a son like Tony.
Yeah.
And a daughter like Effie.
Yeah, he's from pillar to post. He's pilloried. It's difficult for him, but, you know, come on. No need to take it out on the random members of the public.
Come on.
Yeah. There's quite a funny bit then at the end of that scene where Cook, who we'll talk about in a minute, from Generation 2, he comes out and then he's put like tomato sauce on himself and he's like, oh, you've run me over on the bike. And he's like, what? This guy, what the hell? And then Effie comes out of the car, wipes the tomato sauce that he's put on his face and just like does that very seductively. And it's like...
What, to her dad?
No, to Cook. He's put blood, like fake blood on his face to be like, oh, I'm being injured. And she like licks the tomato sauce off him in a sort of sultry way. But like as a scene, you know, you're like, what's happening here? It's really bizarre.
That's what teens are like.
Yeah, and if I'd watched that as a teen, I'd be like, God, I should be doing that.
I need to cover myself in ketchup.
And throw myself in front of some fit girl's father.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll lick it off. But anyway, that's Generation 2. So that's Tony and Effie's dad. I'm putting him 5th place. So now we're up to the sort of good ones.
Yeah. We're in the top half.
We're getting there. So number 4, do you have any thoughts on who number 4 might be? Who have we heard from? Who you thinking? Where's that? When are they coming?
The big one I remember is Peter Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi. Well, he's actually next. He's the next one.
Wow.
Peter Capaldi, yeah, Sid's dad.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the most memorable.
Yeah.
Of like, oh yeah, that's Peter Capaldi. Because you're like, what's Peter Capaldi doing in this?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Had he been in Doctor Who by the time I'd seen it? I don't know.
What, when you've seen Doctor Who?
By the time I'd seen Skins.
Oh, fair.
And so I was like, well, it's Doctor Who.
Yeah. But he's in Skins at like the height of like the thick of it fame.
Yeah.
Like mid-noughties or late noughties even. You know, it's kind of weird that he's in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has some good scenes. Sid,
Yeah.
I just like Sid as a character. I think he's sweet.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
To be fair,
vibing with Sid.
the scene that really stuck with me is when Sid finds him dead in the chair.
Yeah, I was going to say. So Sid's dead, you know, he's pretty good. He's cool. He is divorcing his wife. It's kind of in the middle of a tumultuous divorce.
Yeah.
But then he does just randomly die.
Yeah. He just sort of sits down and just dies.
He sits there with a cigarette and a glass of whiskey and he's like humming a tune and then he just goes... And then it's like morning and then Sid comes down and he's like, Dad? And he's like...
Yeah. The cig's all
gone. The
gone.
ashy.
It's like ash, yeah.
We don't know what he dies of.
Broken heart.
Yeah, well, it kind of... He there's a bit where he's like... The wife comes back in to like get her stuff and he's like, I don't even know how to work the Hoover. And she's like, no,
Sorry.
bless him. But that's like, what do you call it? Perceived helplessness or whatever. It's like a misogynist tactic. So actually,
He's a
Sid's
manipulator.
dead. You need to fucking buck up.
Yeah, I'm glad he died.
Yeah. It's good that he's dead. But yeah, I think it's tough to be like, you can't mark him down for being dead.
No.
So I'm giving him props for it's
I think
due.
he probably couldn't help it.
I don't think he had a choice.
I don't think he decided to sit down and die.
I think he was like, my son's
Can you
17
do that? Can you
now.
just will yourself to just die?
I feel like Buddhist monks can do that, you know, like when they like set themselves on fire with their mind. I don't think Sid's dad was capable of that.
Oh.
But yeah, I think he dies of like shock though, because basically what happens just before he dies, I think this is right, I can't remember the timeline on this, but what happens before he dies is he's got his parents staying, bloody in-laws, you know. Oh God, this is going to set pulses racing. He's got his in-laws down, that's a whole vibe, and then his in-laws are like, oh, and your lovely wife, and he's like, well, kind of, we're having a break or whatever, it's all a bit complicated. And then at the middle of the night, a German man called Manfred smashes his car into the front garden of their house, comes in, punches his in-law, like his father, and then he says, I found my chick! And then, because he's shagging Sid's mum,
Right.
and he's all got blood all over his face because he's crashed his car. And Peter Capaldi's like, what? And he's like, I found my chick, give me my chick. And then she just goes like, yeah, sorry, I'm going to go with Manfred now, actually.
Oh, that worked, crashing his car into the...
Yeah, I don't know. I think, or maybe Manfred like leaves of his own thing. Like she like takes him to the hospital or something because it's the least you can do if you've like shagged the guy. I guess. Strange though, yeah. But then at the end, Peter Capaldi like sticks up for himself and he's like, "Dad, get out! You're harshing my vibe. I've just like lost my wife to a German man called Manfred who can't even control his own vehicle." So you're like, oh, he stood up for himself, and then Sid's like, I'm also having girl troubles, actually dead. Cassie, she's like shagging around, seeing some bloke. And then he goes, they're always seeing some bloke. You just got to make sure that bloke is you.
Whoa.
And then
and then he's just like, see ya.
Peace out.
On that note.
I think that's crazy.
He's probably just
what a life.
Been through a lot. His heart can't take it. He's just
pretty much. I think it just gives out.
Yeah, fair play.
But I think there's a couple of scenes where he's sort of helping Sid through that sort of the Cassie tumult. Like he recognizes, he sees Sid's there. He sees his son's a bit of a nerd, bit of a loser.
Yep. He
sees, there's a pretty sort of weird girl who liked him first. He's just got to let that play out. He's like, Sid's got to learn the hard way. He's giving him a bit of tough love, but he's helping him through. So that's why I put him 4th place.
Good guy. Rest in peace.
What's the next one? Number 3. We're in the top 3 now. Are you excited?
Yeah.
This one, I wasn't sure where to place this one. I was quite. This is the complicated one, but I put 3rd place. Jal's dad. Do you remember Jal?
She went out with Chris and
Jal and Chris. Yeah. Jal was like straight lace.
Yeah.
She was like quite serious, quite like head
Music,
screwed on. She wasn't as much of a drug head. She was like, cool girl. I'll take some drugs, but I'm not gonna be a fucking drug head about it.
Did she do music?
She's big into the music. Yeah, she played like Cor Anglais or whatever.
Mm.
But
like
that's Daryl from Peep Show. Yeah, she played like clarinet or something. Like, I don't know. She was going to go to like music school.
Yeah, right.
And she had like a big audition or whatever. But yeah, her dad, he's at least bloody in the picture. He's involved. And I think she lives with her dad. I think her mum's like flighty, so she's like off and gone. Her dad is like a rapper.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
And he's a very serious man. He's very strict and very like cold. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he's a bit grind set. I feel like he's the kind of guy who like in his bedroom would have like gold or like leopard print bed sheets on a black like undersheet, and then would have like a picture of like Marlon Brando in like silhouette that says like, we've all got the same 24 hours in the day.
Carpe diem.
Yeah, it's that kind of vibe. But he's also rich. So I'm thinking on the metrics, I'm thinking like, we got a home life, you know, he's a single dad kind of thing. He's slogging it out. He's doing well. He's providing. He's rich, you know, he's got stuff coming in.
Yeah.
He's in the music biz. He's helping her with her music. You know, he's fostering that talent that she's got. But, you know, then the emotional side, he's lacking a little bit. That's why he's not at the top spot. That's why he's number 3.
He's not perfect.
Yeah.
But who is?
Yeah.
Maybe number 1.
Maybe number 1. Yeah. There's also, like, his house is full of, like, random, like, new rappers who he's, like, you know, building up in the scene. Yeah. So they're just, like, hanging around, laying down, like, beats and stuff. So that's probably quite annoying if you're a teen. Yeah. To have, like, DJ Sleazy or whatever.
Yeah, hard like to do your homework.
Yeah, Bristolian rappers, like, my lover is over here. Rapping up a storm.
Rapping about tractors and...
Yeah, that kind of shit. So, marks down for that, unfortunately. Number 2, this is, I'd say, the first, like, one I'm like, this guy's good. This guy's a good man. It's Anwar's dad. So right. Dev Patel, who obviously went on to massive things.
Yeah, there's a few actors that have reached the...
They popped off.
Yeah. Nicholas Hoult, Dev Patel, Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have a dad in the show. He's, like, barely in it.
Yeah, he's... What's he? Posh Kenneth or whatever.
Yeah, he's just like a guy. He's like one of their mates, but he doesn't have his own storylines.
Who's the other one?
That popped off?
Yeah. Oh, Jack O'Connell.
Jack O'Connell, yeah, of course. So, Anwar's dad, what do you think of him? Do you remember much about him?
Nah, not at all.
Yeah, fair enough. He only really has...
I saw him in that one scene in the compilation you sent me.
Oh, yeah. See, we do our research here on Dad Pod.
Yeah.
So, Anwar's dad, he's a good community man. He's a good Muslim fella. I think he's Muslim. I'm not sure. I've made a play. And I've gone for it. I'm going to stick with it. Is he Muslim?
I don't know.
Let's let it.
I'm a Muslim boy. I'm just a Muslim.
I'm going to say he is. I reckon he is.
All right, we'll cut it out if he's not.
Yeah, fair enough. But he's a good community-minded, you know, he's a religious man. He's community-minded. He's big into the whole thing. But the only episode he's really in is Anwar's birthday party. And basically Anwar's like, oh, I can't invite my friend Maxi because he's a fat gay boy. I can't have him involved. This is a, party for religious people, for people who observe, God. And my dad's not going to like it if Maxi comes. So Maxi's like sat outside and it's like a bit sad for Maxi because they're best mates. And basically then they like reveal, like he comes out to Anwar's dad. And you think Anwar's dad's going to be like, fuck off. I'm a good religious minded man. Get out of here, you scamp. But basically, he's like, oh, Maxi's here. Great. I love Maxi. And then Anwar's like, Maxi's gay, by the way. It's kind of a weird scene. And then he's like, we got Lambooner, bro. Come on in. And then he's like, no, I'm gay. You can't I'm not having your booner until you acknowledge that I'm gay. And then he's like, it's a crazy fucked up world out there.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. But, maybe one day I'll understand. So you're chill. So he's chill with Maxi being gay.
Yeah. Booner for a bummer.
Yeah. Perfect. So that's nice, I think.
Yeah.
And
obviously
Anwar went on to huge things. So as Dev Patel.
Yeah.
Some massive things. He became a slumdog millionaire.
Yeah. It worked out for him.
Yeah, he did.
He had a good dad.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
He also had a great quote, which I wrote down months ago when I saw it. This is like his mantra, and I think this is a mantra we can all live by. He said, does it give respect to God? Does it promote peace? Does it help the poor? So whenever you're doing something or going to buy something, why don't you ask yourself that? Does it respect God? Does it promote peace? Or does it help the poor? Usually when I'm buying something, it's helping the poor, which is this guy right here.
Yeah.
Usually not giving respect to God. Neutral on promoting peace, I'd say.
Yeah. It's not against peace, usually.
Yeah, I'm not buying, warheads or anything.
Yeah.
We're getting political. Are you ready for number 1?
Yeah, this is the big moment. Shall I do it?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do a one-handed.
It sounds like you're wanking off.
Give me number one.
Max is about to climax, guys. Number one. Okay, here we are. The best Skins dad is Maxie's dad.
Wow.
Do you remember Maxie's dad?
I believe it was Bill Bailey.
Bill Bailey, yeah.
Dancing with a dog. Saw on
Yeah.
your clip.
Yeah, Bill Bailey. He dances with the dog. He's like a sort of cowboy figure. He's a country music guy.
Mm.
He's chill. He's Bill Bailey. Like, imagine Bill Bailey as your dad. That's exactly who you want as a dad. He's kind of a, eccentric figure, but he's chill. He's
funny.
Cool. He's happy in his own skin. He's a good guy. That's why he's number one.
Nice.
But the main reason he's number one, he doesn't have many scenes. The only con I've got down for him is they live in a tower block, so I don't know how much money he's making. He's not providing so much, but he's much bigger on the emotional.
It's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money.
Yeah. So
just want to see the world dance. Is that the?
Yeah.
It's not about the price.
That's Price Tag by Jessie J.
Yeah.
Good rendition.
Thank you.
So yeah, he's not providing too much, and also he's not letting Maxie chase his dreams of becoming a dancer in London. He's like, no, you're going to become a builder in Bristol, like me. Yeah. And then Maxie's like, no, that's shit. And he's like, oh, so I'm shit now. But he's actually, like a lesser man would have been like, up,
yeah, you're shit.
Heckles up, but he's actually quite chill about it. He's like, don't bring the dog into this, because Maxie slags off the dog as well. He's like, don't bring the dog into this. Actually.
Why does he slag off the dog?
I don't know, because he's a teen. Teens lash out. They're struggling with a bundle of emotions. It's difficult for them.
Hormones going crazy. He just wants to dance.
But then there's a good bit, and I think this is what we should all be aspiring to as dads. I think it's the best dad moment in Skins, up there with Anwar's dad to Maxie's coming out. But some sort of local ne'er-do-wells on the estate and the tower block, they say to Maxie, they say, oh, here comes the turd burglar. And then Bill Bailey gets him right by the neck, and he says, what do you fucking say?
And then what happens?
He gives him a grilling. Ooh. He's like, oh, nothing. And he's like, you go to your dad and tell him what you said to me. And tell him to fuck off. And then all these little, ne'er-do-well mates are like, oh, he's seen to you, bro. And he's like, yeah. And then he just punches like an 8-year-old child. He's like, yeah, fuck off. So I think, but it's like, he lashed out. He did the right thing in the moment there. He was like, yeah, we need to.
He defended his son.
But he also was chill about it still. So I think that's good.
He didn't commit a crime and
I'd say
too far.
It was like positive masculinity. And that's why Maxie's dad's number one.
Well done.
So yeah, that's Generation 1 out of the way.
Blimey.
We're on 50 minutes.
50.
This might have to be a two-parter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you agree with those rankings? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. Maybe, I think from what you've said, maybe you could interchange 1 and 2.
Both good people, but I just think...
they're the standouts, for sure.
You'd want to have a pint with Bill Bailey.
Yeah.
When you get to 18, you want to be chilling. I feel like it's a whole religion thing. It's going to be
Anwar's dad maybe can't drink alcohol.
Yeah. And then
we're not sure.
We're thinking when you get into your 20s, you're coming back for Christmas or whatever religious holiday they celebrate. Yeah. Those guys. You're coming back and then you're around the dinner table and you're like, oh, you're talking about your friends, and then they're like, oh, not one of those bloody trans people or whatever. You're like, oh my god.
Oh dear.
Dad, come on. Whereas Bill Bailey, I think, would be chill.
Yeah, he'd be chill. He's a builder, but he's a good builder.
Considering he's a builder, he's he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good man.
So that's 1 generation out of 3.
Yeah.
I think we're probably going to be able to do the next 2 generations in the next episode in part 2.
We'll smash them out. There's not as much to say.
Yeah.
Generation 1 is the one we all care about. It's the one that's iconic.
That's the big one.
In the lexicon of the world.
That was a real phenomenal.
Yeah. Whereas the second one, still pretty good. Some people say Generation 2 is above Generation 1.
Whoa.
And obviously, I think people will care about what we rank Generation 2. I don't think anyone's going to care about what we rank Generation 3, but you know what? We're lumping them together, so there you go.
Check it out. So thank you very much for listening and or watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Rate and follow the podcast.
Yes, please rate it. Please follow it. We've got a few ratings. People are usually rating 5 stars, I'd say. If you don't want to rate it 5 stars, don't fucking bother. Yeah. We don't want any of the other stars. Thank you.
But definitely give us a follow.
Follow us on Instagram, DadTouchPod. Email us, dadtouchpod@gmail.com. If you want to disagree with any of the rankings, it'll be too late by that point. But, hey, we love the engagement.
Yeah. Thank you.
See you next time.